Lamar Alexander says video games are a bigger problem than guns. Really, Lamar? Let's take a listen.
Can you envision a way of supporting the universal background checks bill?
Chuck, I'm going to wait and see on all these bills. You know, I think video games is a bigger problem than guns, because video games affect people. But the First Amendment limits what we can do about video games. The Second Amendment to the Constitution limits what we can do about guns.
Yeah, Lamar. So you really think that video games are a bigger problem than guns? Well, I gotta tell you, Senator Alexander, I think you're clearly off the mark here. You're clearly off the mark. I think you clearly don't get it. I think the Republicans, the momentum on gun control is on the Democratic side and on the progressive side, and here's why. One, a majority of Americans, 90% of Americans, believe that there should be background check. The NRA members believe there should be background check. A majority of them say we should have a universal background checks on all weapon purchases. There's no reason. I've said this time and time and time again, and I will say this mantra until we finally see some changes in our background laws. There's no reason for people who are potential axe murderers, rapists, serial killers to be able to get enough weapons to blow up the Taliban. There's no reason for you to have high-capacity magazines. There's no reason for you to be able to go to a gun show and buy enough weapons to be part of the United States Army. There's just no need for it. And all those Republicans, and we hear it all the time, oh, well, what if our country falls into tyranny? You have to have your gun. Really? For the fact that you guys walk around with the Constitution in your lapel, you really do trample on what the Constitution stands for. The Constitution stands for tranquility, peaceful transfer of power. It stands for making sure our country and our democracy continues to stand and be the beacon for what it is for the world. And the fact that you even allude to the fact that there's a possibility of tyranny just shows how hypocritical you guys are as a party. Listen, guys, Republicans, if you're listening, if you're watching, you need to go back to the drawing board. Really think about your gun argument. And if your gun argument is we don't want background checks because it impedes on liberty, which we believe in the Constitution, then you say, but the reason why we need guns is to prevent tyranny. That just is, it doesn't really make much sense. It doesn't jive. At the end of the day, 26-year-olds in the first grade riddled with bullets, and you guys don't have an answer to it. You don't want to do anything about it. That's why the Republicans are wrong on this. It's just that simple.